The Democratic Republic of Congo just held a historic election, marking the end of President Joseph Kabila's 18 years in power, and announced opposition leader Félix Tshisekedi as the winner. But an analysis of the two sets of voting data, leaked to the Financial Times, indicates that wasn't the case. According to the data that we have forensically studied, rival opposition leader Martin Fayulu was the real winner by a massive margin, with as much as 59.4% of the vote. His supporters have already alleged fraud, accusing Mr. Kabila of cutting a deal with Mr. Tshisekedi to exclude him from power. The FT's analysis gives strong reason to believe that those allegations are true. The data is a spreadsheet of more than 49,000 records, displayed as comma-separated values, and shows the votes placed at more than 62,000 voting machines around the country, approximately 86% of the votes. The machines were introduced for the first time this year by the Electoral Commission, which claimed they would cut costs. They printed ballot papers which were counted by officials on election night, but they also stored electronic tallies, and they formed the likely basis of the leaked data. To verify the results, the FT compared them with manual tallies collected by the country's biggest election observation mission run by the Catholic Church. The Church's data represents only 43% of voting stations, but also indicates that Mr. Fayulu won. The two sets of data correlated almost exactly and would have been near impossible to fake, experts said. The analysis points to a huge fraud with massive implications for Congo, a vast country of 80 million people with huge resources of copper and cobalt that is still trying to shake off decades of conflict and dictatorship. The vote was supposed to be the country's first transfer of power via the ballot box, and though an opposition leader was declared the winner, the likelihood that the outcome was rigged threatens to completely undermine Congo's fledgling democracy. Some regional governments have called for a recount of the election, and the African Union is due to meet to discuss the vote. Mr. Fayulu has already challenged the outcome at the Constitutional Court. The FT's analysis could impact the court's decision-making, but many observers still think that the body, which was set up by Mr. Kabila, will validate Mr. Tshisekedi. For Congo's population and the politicians involved, this is a pivotal moment.